I am the mummy. For 2,000 years I have lain in the cold embrace of death, known intimately the blood-chilling secrets of the supernatural I am about to reveal. Ghosts, hounds of trelawney. The car lights peer through the shroud of night like sightless orbs. Inside, passenger John Marchand noted the road was a single winding thread through a vast expanse of Wattson's name. You see, driver, I inherited 50 acres of land in Trelawney, and I come to see why no one will buy it or farm it for me. No one's worked the land here about for 50 years or more. We're coming to the town now. But why hasn't the land been farmed? I can't be talking anymore about it. It's near 11. Pay me, Mon, and let me get on my way. John Marchand noted with puzzlement the fear and haste of the departing driver. The fog curled about his body like a leap thing as he stepped toward the warmly lighted tavern with a sign of relief. What a miserable night! Some steaming coffee and a good night's sleep will do me a world of good. I wonder what that driver meant. 50 years. A single with a bat, please. And I am planning on staying for quite a while. You never in Trelawney before. You never been here. I don't expect you will be staying as long as you think. The townfolk, as the township itself, were quite colorful and strangely behind the times. They were friendly enough, however, until the hour tolled 11. All at once, all conversation stopped. The men paled, and the sound of slamming shutters and dozing lights was heard all over town. Bolt the doors! Bolt the doors! Lock the window! What's happening? Will you please tell me? The ghost squire and his hounds are about to make the daily rounds. Ghost? You can't be serious. I don't understand. Won't you explain me? It goes back a long ways to the time when Trelawney was the property of two rival squires, Squire Tilton and Squire Gasney, both savage, tyrannical, almost inhuman with the tenants who worked their land. They bred hounds as vicious as wild boars, and for perverted sport, sent them out to tear to pieces poor, unwitting tillers of the soil. I had to rest for a while. You shouldn't have, Mon. Look, Squire Gasney has turned loose his beast after you. Oh! Both squires cared for nothing. The tenants were less than animals to them. They sought only to seriously covet bitterly contested inches of the lands they claimed as their own. Beware, Tilton, I give you fair warning. One of these days, I and my hounds will destroy you, wipe you out entirely. I am waiting and preparing for that day, Gasney. For it is the day I shall be rid of you, and it will be soon. But before that long-expected battle came to pass, the tenants, during the famine, overthrew their yoke and strengthened up the cold-blooded murders. Yes, strengthened up. The land they claimed was undeeded. They held it by fear and terror. Stretch their necks. We shall share the land and farm it as our own according to the law. We shall go hungry no more. And so the squires were hung and led unceremoniously in the cold, hard ground, seemingly forgotten by all except their hounds, who remained upon their graves, screaming and howling inhumanly. Then, with the squires gone, everything should have been settled once and for all. No, for only the devil can destroy the devil. And each evening the Squire Gasney, his hounds at bay, made his round at this hour across the land that he claimed. And so, in fear no man will work the land. It is said that only when the squires meet to do battle will the terror end. Quiet! I hear the howling of hound. I'm going now to see just what there is to all of this. Wait, Mom. No, don't. He flung open the door with a cynical smile, even as the others shrieked in awe. Then he saw a curious thing. Something is headed this way. Something large, luminescent, indefinable. At that instant, the fog lifted and the moonlight battered the road. John Marchand reacted to the sight before him as though a gunshot had been fired directly at his heart. Good Lord! There was the tremendous giant of a man, Squire Gasney, a figure cruel and brutal, holding the incredible savage and slavering hounds al-Alesh. They are headed in this direction. Could they have gotten my scent? Then a nerve-choking chortle broke from the lips of the enraged squire as he plunged forward unmistakable after the terrified merchant. They are after me. I've got to get into the woods. As he fled, the night became alive with howling and snarling that made his blood run cold. Oh no, my footing won't hold. He stumbled and fell again and again, his feet sucked into the muddied earth. Closer and closer they came, and then a stream, if only it is deep enough. I'll swim across. That will stop them. His arms flailing desperately, he made it to the opposite bank and lay there, too exhausted to move on the border of consciousness. But a glimmer of awareness forced him to look up in the direction of his unearthly pursuers. He screamed aloud at the unimaginable sight. Walking across the surface of the water, I'm lost. They were virtually upon him, bare inches away, when the fierce rays of dawn swatched the sky suddenly before his astonished eyes. Why? They are gone, vanished. Pale and sick, he made his way back to the town. He fell upon his bed in the room assigned him in the tavern and slept all through the day until 9 o'clock that evening. Then, battered and refreshed, he ventured downstairs. You know, when did you get back in here? Early this morning, everyone was asleep. You must sleep here. Right away. The ghost hounds have your scent. You can never escape now. What do you mean? Where can I go? Away from here, or they will hunt you down. They will hunt you down. Marchand was so bewildered, too terrified to think lucidly. He called for the taxi that had brought him from the station, but listen, I've got to get away from here now. I'll pay you anything you ask. No, not at any price. I heard about your doings. No vehicle in town will drive you. What will I do? A wagon, and horses. I'll hitch them up. It was near 11 o'clock when he wiped the horses for speed and was outside of the town. He breathed more easily. I'll be alright now. It isn't far to the station and the train's due to leave shortly. What is that glow? Is it Oh, grief. It is them. He lashed at the horses in a wild frenzy. A stark fear had communicated itself to his wagon bearers, and they strained forward far beyond their normal capacities. Get up! Get up! The train was stalled near the station. The blood-hungry hounds charged up to snap at the horses, crushing them with powerful jaws. John leaned the dove and headed for the started train. I have got to make it. Thank heaven, thank heaven. You could have killed yourself doing that. But they almost got me. They will have chewed me to pieces. No, don't look at me as though I'm crazy. You must have seen or heard them. For 15 minutes or so, as the train rumbled on to the night, he sat by the window in a stupor. It was a narrow escape, but I am free now, free and safe. No, it cannot be, it must not. A nerve-shattering howl caused him to peer intently into the blackness outside. It was then he saw Gasney and his hounds running faster than the train. That scream came from the engineer. They killed the engineer to stop the train and get me. The cover of the woods, my only chance. The desire for life was strong in Marchand. He wanted so much to live, and on he ran through the woods, the extending branches tearing at his flesh like claws. But alas, the mortal body could endure just so much. I can't go on, I can't. So it is many hours until daylight. I am finished. At that instant, Marshall noticed he was leaning up against an ancient signpost. The other squire. This marks the property of Squire Tilton. Oh Lord, forgive me for my sins. And his hand upon him, he closed his eyes to the horror of the snatching jaws only inches away. Then nothing happened. They began right by me. They are headed towards something there in the distance. I can't quite make it out. Then other spectral images hoping to view, and Martian's mind was stunned with a terrible realization. It is the Squire Tilton and his hounds. They are going to fight each other. And then a battle of such ghastly horror ensued. That Martian was sick and faint with revulsion. The night was a bedlam of nerve-twisting snarls of rage, screams of agony, gnashing jaws tore at yielding ghostly flesh on and on with no sign of abatement. The rapacity continued. All at once, as suddenly as it had begun, there was a silence like none John Martian had ever heard. It was the silence of death or non-existence, and when he dared step up upon the scene of the massacre, nothing, no sign of battle at all. They had completely obliterated each other. And John Martian understood for the first time what the old man had told him. Only the devil can destroy the devil.